What's going on, people? In case you're just joining, there was a chance by Dallo had a little breakaway, uh, but Johnston made a pretty good save on it, so we remain 0-0. Sorry. Mesraoui down and injured, and he's looking like he's really hurt, like face in his arm. Oof. That's gotta be a card, though. That should be a card. That should be a yellow card. That should be a yellow card. For sure. So right now we've had the majority of the ball. We've got 71% possession. So that bodes well for us. We do better when we have the ball, right? You know that, right? We do better when we have the ball. So my um that gives me hope. I'll put it this way. That gives me hope that because we have the ball. Now, what makes me worried is if we don't do anything with the ball and we waste all this possession, we play to some crappy draw, and then it's like, I don't know, how do you defend that? Masraoui up. Obviously pissed about the foul. I would be too, because Arya stepped on his ankle. Lem is rocking the pink kit today. Lemus has the ball in his hands. In case you're wondering what our starting 11 is, if you haven't seen it yet, it's Lemens, Shaw, Mazraoui, and Heaven. Heaven retains his spot as center back in the back three. Dallo, Bruno, Casemiro, Ahmad, and Bumo and Mount, and then Cunha starts up top. I mean, how was Cunha gonna miss this game, right? Like he wasn't gonna miss this game. So you know, on the bench, who do we have? Who do we have? Who do we have? We've got Malasia, Licha, Yoro, Dorgu, Menu, Ugarte, Shea Lacey, and Joshua Xerxes. As you know, Delit, McGuire, and Sheshko are still out. I'm surprised Euro didn't get the nod to start, but what do I know, right? Here comes Manchester United. Cunha on the ball, knocked off of it. Here comes Wolverhampton the other way. I just, I don't know. I'm watching the game. I am, I'm worried. I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried. I think I've watched too many other people's podcast and YouTube shows and videos to now I'm sitting here kind of worried about, you know, uh how we're gonna perform here. I'm really worried. I'm really worried. Like as you know, I am Amram out, right? So I'm not like I'm not in favor of Ruben Amram, but um I was hoping that the circus would calm down a bit, and I was hoping that we would we like I said, we just get some calm around the club, right? Around the players, around the manager, and like Amram starts to turn it around, things start going well. I happily eat my words. United goes on to glory because that's what we all want at the end of the day. But I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm worried. But again, it's early. It's 15th minute. Corner kick to Wolverhampton. So we'll see. Ball is in the box. Cleared away by Casemiro. Thrown for Manchester United. Dallo goes down line, looking for Cunha. That fell all the way through to the Wolverhampton team, and they go back to their keeper. And Wolverhampton's team is just fair, right? Johnston in goal. Gomez, Agbadu, Mosquera across the back three. Hover, Andre, Krejci, and Wolf. Wolf for Wolverhampton. Wolves. Wow. Okay. Wolf for Wolverhampton. John Arias, uh, Bellegarde, and Larson make up the attacking trio. Oh, Heaven took a weird risk there. Heaven should have just let. He should have let Lemons handle that. I think Heaven didn't either say anything or Lemons didn't say anything or something happened there, but um, that could have been a goal for Wolves, and that would have been absolute crap. Because I mean, I'm worried. I'm worried. I'm not watching this comfortably at all. I don't know if you are. Maybe you are. I'm not. I am. I'm worried. I can't say that enough. Ball goes all the way through to Johnstone. So in case you're wondering what's going on with the protest here, so Wolverhampton fans are protesting the ownership. The 15th minute, they all walked out into the concessions area. They're now making their way back in, but the fans obviously making their thoughts known on the Wolverhampton ownership, which is crap for the new manager Rob Edwards to have to deal with. But the fans are what's important, right? We're what's important. Throw in Wolverhampton, teed up, 50-50 ball, flicked on. Why, Shaw, did you let him win that first ball? Anyway, that falls back to Lemens and goal. Lemens goes along up the pitch. Nice touch by Mount. That's a foul, referee. Thank you. Mount is brought down just outside of the center circle after a nice touch. What are your score predictions, though? Let me know what you think. How do you think we're going to do in this match? Here comes Cunha on the ball, charging forward, out to Ahmad. Ahmad trying to get into the box. Gets a cross off. Weird touch by Wolves in the box. Mount got his shot off. That was blocked by Wolves again. Throwing for Dallo. Dallo's going to bust out one of his now classic long throws. Into the box. Flicked on. Still up in the air. A little head tennis going on. Mount comes away with it out to Shaw. Shaw dumps it back into the box. A little flick from, was that Aiden Heaven? Yeah, Aiden Heaven got his head on it, but that's out for a goal kick for Wolves. So I go back to the bench, right? Let me know, what do you guys think of this starting 11? Do you think that Leach should be back starting? I don't think so. I think he's still too soon. Um, but how do you guys feel about Dallo out there on that left hand side? He's not my favorite player. but he kind of does a job at times. But the story, of course, is Manu. Um, what would you do if you're Kobe Manu? That's my question to you right now to start. What would you do if you're Kobe Manu? Nice ball out to Ahmad. Ahmad to Cunha. Cunha the booze rain down. Mesraoui. Ahmad. Ahmad trying to get into the box. Ahmad into the box. Ahmad cuts again. Cross to nobody. To nobody. I feel like that's like that's starting to kind of annoy me, right? Like Ahmad will get into great positions. He'll work his way into the box, right? And then he'll cut it back and no one's there. I'm not blaming Ahmad. I'm just blaming the team as a whole. Like he's doing all that good work to get into that position and nobody's there to get the to get a shot off, right? Bruno, what the hell was that? I think Bruno tried to play a quick pass. I don't know if he kicked himself or what, but he just like the ball ended up dribbling away from his feet, and I think Arias from Wolves almost got on the end of it and got away. That was weird. Anyway, here's Mbumo. Mbumo ball into the box, tried to anyway, deflected out for a corner kick. I mean, throw in. God, I'm all kinds of confused right now. Can you tell I'm worried? I can't even find my words at the moment. That's how worried I am. I might have to take the throw. Here's Bruno down the left hand side. Cunha into the box. Still Cunha. Cunha still couldn't get anything out of that. Wolves clear, out of bounds. Thrown for Manchester United at the halfway line or thereabouts. My worry too is that Cunha tries to overplay. It's my other worry. Apart from me being worried about the outcome of the match, I'm worried about Cunha trying to overplay because we've seen it happen before, right? We've seen him try a little too hard, um, and end up hurting the team. And I feel like, obviously, for obvious reasons, coming back to his old team, old club, he wants to prove something. And I feel like he might, especially if the game wears on and we're still drawing, he might try and overplay, and that might hurt us, actually. And Bumo out to Ahmad. Ahmad on the ball. Ahmad looking for options. Ahmad goes back to Mazraoui, who's shaking off that knock he took earlier from Arias. Casemiro. Come on, guys, just keep the ball. I feel like when we're like 25 yards out, everyone starts looking for that Bruno type pass, that little chip in over the top, that Hollywood pass. And I'm like, guys, just keep the ball moving. Just keep the ball moving, keep it recycling, keep Wolves moving from side to side, and go from there. Cunha tried to roll the ball and shoot, but it didn't quite come off. Fouled by Mazraoui. How do I share this? At the moment, our possession stat has changed a little bit. We're now at 68% possession. Um, we've had 7 shots compared to 1 for Wolves. We've had 2 on target, none for Wolves. So most stats are in our favor. So I guess that should bring me some comfort, right? It should, but again, it's Manchester United, especially this season. So I don't know where we're going to end up. How is it going to end up? 25th minute. Cunha. Oh my gosh. Finally. That was the ugliest goal I think I may have ever seen. 1-0. Manchester United. Let's go. Let's go. 1-0. Let's go. I was just putting a tweet out there. Might be the ugliest goal I've ever seen, but I'll take it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That pass from Cunha was awful to Bruno. Played it right behind him. Like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Let me pin that to my profile really quickly. Blah, blah, blah. All right, cool. Done. All right, so 1-0. Here we go. Here we go. Now, let's manage the game. Let's put some more past them. I also hope this game doesn't get stupid and scrappy and they start kicking us and injuring our players. That's my other worry. Um, because Manchester United, Mesraoui, Mount over to Cunha, who's on the right hand side, back into Mount, who's in the center at the moment. Bruno out to Dallo. Dallo cut back. Dallo to Bruno. Have Bruno and Mount changed positions or no? Okay. Okay, Bruno's back where he belongs now. I thought Bruno and Mount had changed roles for a minute there. Here comes Wolves. you you see why Wolves are last in the league. My word. I mean, I know that we're bad at passing, but those guys cannot connect the pass to save their lives. Um, Especially in the attacking. Oh yeah, here we go. Come on, Mbumo, let's go. Let's go. Ah, Cunha. Oh, two off the line saves. Ahmad wide. Man, that's a nice little touch from Cunha. And Mbumo was on his way. Mbumo's the door was shut by Johnstone, but then Cunha followed up and tried it again. Totti was on the line. And that's crazy because he's falling backwards as he blocks that shot from Cunha. This could turn into one of those games where it's just like an absolute just drubbing, and it's like 3-4-0. That would be good for that. That would be good for our morale to really just smash Wolves to pieces. Come out of here with 4 goals, clean sheet. That would be good for morale. I would hope that that would quiet things around the club a bit, but I don't think it will because you still got the Manutd controversy, right? Like you still got Manutd, who's probably leaving in January. I mean, do you blame him? And that's my question to you too if you're watching. Like, what would you do for Kobe Mainoo? Jonathan comes out to clear that ball away for Wolves. Um, but then like my worry is what? Like we win this match, and then who do we have next after this match? Let's see. Manchester United fixtures. We've got we've got Bournemouth next, right? So Bournemouth could be a problem. Aston Villa could be a problem. Newcastle could be a problem. Then we got Wolves again on the 30th. Huh, that's a quick turnaround. Um. Anyway, that's stabbed out by Mazraoui. That's a throw in for Wolves. What's your score prediction? If I could spell prediction, that would be great, right? Ari is pleading for a foul outside the box. Don't think he's going to get it. Offsides is the call. Yeah, he's offsides by a mile. Yeah, offsides. Looking for it too. Even if he wasn't offsides, the way the Arias went down was way too soft to me to be any kind of card or foul. Anyway, Lemons to restart. Lemons restarting from the top of his box. Really, look like it's gonna go long. Wolves just look. They don't have any kind of plan. Like it's just knock it forward, right? That's like their whole plan is just knock it forward and hope that someone runs onto it. It's kind of a weird game plan if you ask me. Like I said, I know I shouldn't be talking at the moment because I mean we are not great to put it nicely. But again, you see why they're last in the league. I mean, like there's just no kind of game plan it looks like for Wolves other than just like knock it forward and run. But here they come into the box. That's dealt with by Casemiro. I'm out on the ball now. Cunha's getting manhandled, absolutely. Bruno gets chopped down. No foul, says the referee. Wolves on the ball. Wolves out wide. And so they're out wide through Hover over there. And Arias. Arias is all over he's all over the pitch in the wrong way. He's falling down every chance he gets. I feel like that's his game plan is to like, how can I fall down and win a free kick for my team, hopefully in a dangerous area? That's what he seems to be doing. Because every time someone lays a hand, every time someone looks at Arias, he's just on the ground. Over. Into the box. Lammers comes out bravely, claims that ball. A little contact with Larson, but I think Lammers is okay. Lammers slow to his feet, but I think he's fine. I think he's just, you know. But yeah, let me know your score predictions, though. I think, hmm, I'm going to be extremely optimistic. I'm going to say 4-0 Manchester United today. I'm going to predict a 4-0 win. I think what happens is we get a second goal, and Wolves, their heads just go all the way down. I mean, because think about it, right? Think about what position they're in. Bottom of the league. I don't think they've won a game. One goal down, they're like, okay, there's a chance. Two goals down, although people say that's the most dangerous lead to have, two goals down, I think Wolves says, here we go again. Another loss. Another loss. And their heads go down, and then the floodgates open, and we put two more past them. That's what I think. That's what I think. Dance Queen 14. Hey, what's going on? What is going on? Let me know your score prediction. Almost an own goal by Wolves there. I'm out to take the corner. Ball in. Flicked on. I thought Cunha headed that one, but I think that was off of a Wolves player. It's another corner kick for Manchester United. Let's see. I think it was Larson. Yeah, I think it came off Larson's head. Anyway, corner kick for Manchester United. We go short this time. Ahmad Bruno into the box. Takes an awkward spin, awkward bounce. John Stone punches it away. And Bumo chases. Ball rolls out. Ahmad. Ahmad. Still dancing. Shot. Whew. Almost another on goal by Agbadu. So Ahmad juked and jive and got a shot off in the box. Beautiful shot, goal bound. Wolves player Agbadu stepped in the way. It bounced off his shoulder and just barely missed the crossbar. So another corner kick for Manchester United. Like I said, my crazy bold prediction is 4-0 Manchester United. Now again, I gotta look at both sides of it. My worry is we go in here, we smash Wolves, and then we've got Bournemouth next and Aston Villa, who could take the win out of our sails. And it's like sometimes if you never get too high, never get too low, you've heard that phrase, right? Then like you can kind of deal with most things. But for us, it's been up and down, up and down, up and down so much. And if we just again go in here and get a big smashing win um, against Wolves, and then we go and get beat, yellow card from Buma, by the way. We go and get beat by Bournemouth and Villa, then it's like high, crashing down. And it's like how much can you take as a fan? Either way, right now we're winning 1-0. That's what's important at the moment. And Buma got a yellow card for chopping down Arias there, who was on the break. So maybe early prediction, since Mbuma has a yellow card, he comes off early in the second half. Cunha drops to Mbuma's position, and Xerxes comes on as a striker. Or, although this won't happen, you probably know what I'm thinking. And Mbuma comes off, 55th, 60th minute, again carrying that yellow card. And guess what? There is a number 10 position open. And guess who we have on the bench who could easily slot right into that role? Kobe Mainu. But guess what? It probably won't happen because that would make too much sense, right? Current stats, we've had 14 shots. We have had 14 shots. Here comes Wolves. Oof. Flash across the box. Give me a second. I'm going to get back to the stats in a minute, but Wolves have a bit of an attack going right now. Agbadu into the box. Blocked out of bounds for a throw in, looks like deep into the corner. throw into Manchester United. Anyway, stats very quickly. So 65% possession in favor of Manchester United. We have had, like I said, 14 shots to one for Wolves. We've had 5 shots on target. So right off the bat, we need to finish our chances because it should be 3-0 at this point already. Here comes Mbumo across the halfway line. Amatu is right. Cunha, recovery tackle from the Wolves player. Wolves come away with it, go in the opposite direction. Wolves fans are on their feet after that play. Andre over to Bellegarde. Bellegarde in the box, looking for a shot, takes a shot wild, high and wide. That Andre guy is not bad. Not bad at all. Not saying we should buy him, but I'm just saying he's not bad. We're definitely missing Delict back there across the back line. No offense to Aiden Heaven, but he's young, right? And like he's gone from not playing to starting 2 games. I mean, that's a lot. Lamens goes along with the goal kick, 42nd minute. Flicked on by Casemiro. Cunha's passing is awful. I'm just gonna say that now. I like his maverick mentality, but his passing is pretty poor. That's why we call for the foul there on Bellegarde. Wolves keeper Johnston is lining up to take the kick, which is in Wolves' half. He's going long. That's flicked on by Larson over the end line, out for a goal kick, Manchester United. That's a very strange Manc accent, bro. I gotta work on it. I gotta work on it. Ahmad back to Bruno. Bruno to Mazraoui. Bruno Mazraoui back to Heaven. Heaven over to Shaw. Switching the point of attack. Cunha dropping deep. But yeah, no, we're definitely missing Delit back there across the back line. Mazraoui goes along looking for Mbumo. That's cut up by Wolves. Back to the keeper. Johnston goes long. Shaw shields that out off of Arias. Casemiro on the ball, back to Heaven. Heaven under some pressure by Larson. Heaven goes step over, fake me out too. I thought he was going back to Lamens. Good work by Heaven there. Heaven looks like he caught an arm or something in the face. He's holding his face now. Larson gets a yellow card for it. Heaven's picking himself up off the pitch. Let's see what happened here in the replay. Oh, that was. Ugh. The replay doesn't look good for Heaven because what happened is Heaven played the ball at the pitch. Larson steps across him, kind of gives him a little bit of a shoulder charge. Heaven gets knocked to the ground, but he kind of like flicks his face as if he got hit in the face and grabs his face. You know, Like, okay, if you get kicked or fouled or whatever, go down. But I'm not the biggest fan of like that kind of embellishment. I gotta say. Anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna go in on too much because he's our player, but like he got shoulder charged and he grabbed his face and went down. Like, but I don't know. I'm old school too, though. I'm probably older than you guys think. Shaw pressured by Arias. The ball is out. Can't tell who was off of last. Oh, they called it off of Shaw last. I thought I touched Arias last. Anyway, throw in Wolverhampton. I'm out of Casemiro. Casemiro gives the ball away to Andre. Dangerous spot. Bellegarde. Bellegarde juking and jiving. Bellegarde again. Tackles flying in. Bellegarde. The early cross is blocked. Out for a throw in for Manchester United. Wolves aren't laying down here. They're not laying down. Hover to take the throw. They're not laying down. But like I said, we get the second goal. I think they'll lay down. Again, I know that that's a dangerous lead, but I mean, it depends on how you manage it, right? I think second goal, their heads go down, floodgates open. We put another two past them. I'm still sticking to my 4-0 prediction. Wolf throws it in for Wolves. Couldn't resist. Oof, dangerous ball. Wolves will have it in the box. 1-1. Damn. Bellegarde. Shit. All right, let's see what went wrong. Let's see what went wrong. I'm trying not to. Let's just see what went wrong. Let's look at it from a calm perspective. That's a shit time for him to score though, because it's just before the half, so they're gonna go into the break all excited and stuff, all jacked up. I mean, it was a great ball back across the box though. So someone took their eye off of Bellegarde. I don't know. I like. I want to be upset, but I'm just like, what do you expect? But first half, first half, still a whole another half to play. That's halftime. That's halftime. That's a terrible time, and from our perspective, for them to score. That's a great time if you're a Wolf supporter to score just before the half after being down for the majority of it, um, or for about half of it, I should say. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. I'm not gonna lie. That sucks. Um, I mean, this is kind of where you find yourself when you don't finish your chances, though, right? I mean, you heard me reading out the shot stats earlier. I'll give them to you now. 14 shots for Manchester United to 3 for Wolves. 5 on target for Manchester United. 1 on target for Wolves. Obviously, the one that's in the back of the net. So, I mean, the fact we had 14 shots, 5 on target, converted to 1. I mean, shot accuracy not great. That's what 33% thereabouts, right? Um, and then out of the ones that were on target 5, one of those went in. Um, so what is that, like 20%, something like that? Which I mean, not great, right? Not terrible, but not great. And the way we scored it was kind of ugly, right? If you saw the game, or if you're watching the game, Cunha was on a bit of a break. Bruno was running kind of parallel with him. There was a Wolves defender in between the two of them. Cunha's pass to Bruno was behind Bruno. Bruno somehow works some Bruno magic, and as he's falling, he gets the shot off, and it just squeezes into the net. But wasn't really the greatest goal. No, to be fair to us, we were knocking, right? We had our chances, but again, this is where you find yourself when you don't finish your chances. This is where you find yourself having 14 shots, 5 on target, 1 goal. Your opposition, 3 shots, 1 on target, 1 goal. So, you know, it sucks, but I'm not going to freak out too much because, I mean, it is halftime, right? It's halftime. We got a whole other half to play. I'm hoping that Amram, is getting in the a few ears out there, and getting the guys ready to play the second half. But I mean, of course, this is your community. So tell me, what do you guys think? What would you change at halftime? What would you change right now to turn this around? And I say turn it around loosely because it's 1-1, right? So we're not losing, but it is Wolves. They're bottom of the table, so it kind of feels like we're losing at the moment, even though it's 1-1. But what would you do to get us back in front? Let's put it that way. Would you take Heaven off? Would you put Euro on? Would you get Manu in there some kind of way? Although we know it's not going to happen. Would you get Xerxes in there some sort of way? What would you change? What would you change? And just so you know, if you can't see it right now, the starting 11 is Lamins, Shaw, Heaven, Mesraoui, Diallo, or Ahmad, Casemiro, Bruno, Dallo, Mbumo, Mount, Cunha. And then on the bench, we've got Malacia, Licha, Yoro, Dorgu, Menu, Ugarte, Shea Lacey, and Xerxes. So, what would you change? Honestly, deep down, I was kind of hoping that like we get up by a lot, and that Shea Lacey would get his debut. That was my hope, to be honest, my deep down hope, because I always enjoy seeing a young player get their run out. So that was kind of my hope, but as it stands, not looking like it. So tell me what you guys think. What would you do to get us back in front? They're just showing the Bruno goal at the moment. Again, very fortunate on that one. Very fortunate on that Bruno goal. But hey, a goal is a goal, right? They all count the same, so I'll take it. But I want to see that Bellegarde goal again. I want to see who let him go. Yeah, they're showing that Totti save off the line. Yeah, they're showing the Ahmad chance. No, that's not a handball. The stream that I'm watching, they're looking at the Ahmad chance where it hit Agbadou's shoulder, saying it should have been a handball. I don't think it should have been a handball. I think that was fair. I mean, well, I would love for them to call it a handball. Absolutely. Penalty for us, but I wouldn't. So you got Casemiro and Bumo and Bruno in like a triangle. That's not a triangle, is it? That's definitely not a triangle. Um, this is a triangle. I don't know what this was. This is like American football uprights. So you had like it was kind of like a I don't know, a weird funky triangle where you had Casemiro at the base of it, you had Bruno at the far side of it, you had Mbumo at the near side of it, and then Bellegarde somehow floated in the middle of all of that and got on the end of that ball and put it in the back of the net. Um, of course, Bruno yelled at everyone else because that's what he does. But I don't know. Someone should have stepped to him. I kind of feel like Casemiro should have stepped out um, to Bellegarde to cut that out, but he didn't. So here we are. But how are you guys feeling about it, though? How are you feeling about it? All right, now it's time for a bunch of commercials for things I'm not going to buy. Great. Um, Let me see. Is anyone else playing today? Is it just us? Yeah, no one's playing today. Um, right now it keeps us in eighth. Yeah, yeah. At the moment, this keeps us in eighth place. Looks like. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to really make of it, to be honest. I mean, I can sit here and go on and on about stuff, but like, really, it's just we got to finish our chances. That's the long and short of it. Just got to finish our chances. It should be 3-1 at the moment. Um, Cunha had a chance, and Buma had a chance. I might had a chance. Dallo had a chance. So it really should be like 3-4-1 at the moment already, but it's 1-1. So, you know, let that be a life lesson to those out there. If you don't take your opportunities and take them well, they could come back to bite you, as what's happening right now with United. Let me ask you this too: Who is your if you had to pick a player of the match right now for Manchester United? Who's your person? I would say that my guy right now is probably probably Mount. Actually, probably a weird shout, but I'd say Mount is my current halftime Manchester United player of the match. Sorry, I'm just looking at some of the press conference from Arne Slot because I mean, look, I know this isn't a Liverpool channel, but like, let's talk about it since we're here. If you're Mohamed Salah, what do you do? Do you think Mohamed Salah is making it all about him, or do you think that he has a right to complain? I mean, again, I know this is not a Liverpool channel, but how do you ignore an arguable club legend um, for Liverpool going down like this? Like, I don't know. If it were me, and Mo Salah is what? Is he 33, 34? I don't know how old he is. If it were me, I would maybe I'd probably go to Saudi or somewhere, um, and get one final, you know, pay package. Um, yeah, he's 33. Mohamed Salah is 33 years old. So if I were him, I'd probably leave, go to Saudi or somewhere. Whoever's gonna pay me big bucks, get that final pay package, Um, Liverpool can cash in on him, and they go their separate ways. They move on without Mohamed Salah. You know, because I'm not going to sit here and lie and say that he's the same as he was before. Like I said it earlier in the season on my other channel, even on this channel too, when we were playing. Like he, I feel like Father Time is showing signs of catching up with Mohamed Salah. So he hasn't been his best. Does he deserve the current treatment? I don't think so. I think a player like him who's done what he's done for the club, you still throw him on for like the last 10, 15, especially especially if you need a goal, right? Um, I don't think you just throw him to the bench the way he's been thrown to the bench like that and not even getting a chance to come on. So yeah, if I'm him, I'm leaving. If I'm him, I'm out. And it sounded like it based off of his quotes too. When he was saying that he like spoke to his family and told him to come to the game or watch the game or whatever he said exactly. It sounded like hey, this is gonna be my last time walking out at Anfield or playing for or being part of the Liverpool setup. I'll put it that way. So, but speaking of departures, again, as I mentioned earlier, Kobe Manu, what do you do? Do you leave? Do you stay? Honestly, at this point, if I'm Kobe Manu, I'm probably not even thinking about the World Cup. Um, I'm probably thinking, okay, I'm not going to get into the squad at this point unless he just goes somewhere and absolutely tears it up. Um, I don't see him getting into the squad even if he moves away and does moderately well, if that makes sense. Like he has to move away and absolutely just like pull up trees. I mean, absolutely just banging in a goal or assist like every other game. Like he would have to go and do that to me to get into the England setup. So even if he goes away and does moderately well, I don't think he gets into it. So if I'm him, I'm thinking about my long term career. I'm thinking, how can I restart my career because it's been severely stunted, damn near halted at this point by Amram. And again, my personal thought, people are saying, oh, he should be playing next to Bruno instead of Casemiro. I've heard that. I've heard that. But like, honestly, again, I don't think he's a center mid. I think he's a 10. I think he's a 10. Um, I don't think he's got the legs and the speed for center mid. I know, like, yes, he was shunted in there and played there, but like even when he played there, yes, he had some highlight reel moments, like the goal against Wolves. But like, I think as far as just really holding it down, I think his spot really is the 10 role. I think it really is a 10 role. I think we need to go in and get a different midfielder um, to take over for Bruno, and well, really two, right? Because Bruno shouldn't be there either. Bruno should be in a 10 role, and Casemiro, his legs are gone, right? He's got the leadership, got the right mentality, and can still play a good pass, um, but not what we need to be starting if we're going to compete. You know what? Let me get my timer set here. Sorry, I let my timer run the whole time through halftime. Let's get that going. The players are back out on the pitch, by the way, in their huddles, getting ready to start the second half. So we'll see how this goes. All right, here we go. Second half. False start. God. That's been happening. I feel like in every game I've been watching this weekend, it's been a false start after for a kickoff, whether it's halftime or a goal. Nice back heel from Cunha. Here's your yellow card. Foul on Bruno. Restart. I'm out on the ball. I'm cutting inside, finding Casemiro. What went wrong here? What? How did they lose that? I'm cutting in. Cunha shot high. I'm just looking at other scores from like around the world in football. I got a random question for you. Do you think that teams are more inconsistent or less consistent, however you want to say it, these days? Because, like, for instance, what Real Madrid lost to Celta Vigo yesterday. Oh, here we go. Hold on. Oof, Wolves got away with one just now. That was almost 2-1 to United. Anyway, do you fight teams are less consistent nowadays? Like Real Madrid lost to Celta Vigo, Chelsea women lost. Um, AC Milan are losing right now to Torino, and someone else is losing that should be winning at the moment. And I'm just like, do you feel like teams are just less consistent these days? Like, and I wonder why that is. Just a random thought I had. Corner kick Manchester United. Bruno to take. Bruno hand up. Movement. Ball into the box. Far post. Flicked clear by Wolves. Buma recovers it though. Mesraoui over to Ahmad. Ahmad is he's holding on to the ball a bit too long. Like these last few games, have you noticed that Ahmad? I don't know if he's getting frustrated or what the deal is, but he seems to be holding on to the ball like 2 seconds too long every time he gets it. Wolves with the goal kick. Johnstone goes long. Oh, what a pass from Mount. Cunha into the box. Oh my God, how did we not score that? That's so frustrating. We just played some beautiful football. There was a nice back heel from Cunha to Mount. Mount plays a one-time beautiful ball across to Mbumo, slightly mishandles it, but does well enough, puts it in the path for Cunha, and Agbadu or whatever is all over Cunha, and Cunha can't finish it. Like, that's the stuff that's frustrating. That's the stuff that's frustrating. Like, that ball should be in the back of the net. Wolverhampton should be picking it out, and instead, on we play 1-1. That's frustrating. That's frustrating. On we play, though. On we go. 51st minute. Here's Andre for Wolves. Bellegarde again, the goal scorer. That's cut out by Manchester United. Bruno the other way. Cunha, Dallo, and Bumo. 2-1. There we go. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1. Lead restored. I forgot to put that Wolves goal in there. I was so disappointed in it. Here we go. 2-1. I've got my score situation sorted out here. 2-1. Manchester United. Bryan and Bumo. Let's go. Smart from Cunha. Smart from Dallo. Good finish from Bumo. Dallo's got a goal and an assist in the last two games. How about that? Who would have thought, right? VAR check is complete. That is 2-1 Manchester United. Let's go. If we concede again and draw 2-2 or something stupid, I will eat my hat. I will be livid. But we're winning 2-1. That's what matters. As it stands, 3 points in the bag. As it stands, but still 53rd minute. Let's see. Looks like Bellegarde is down, holding his right knee. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Bellegarde's coming off, limping off. Hopefully he's okay. He's a Haitian international, and obviously, as you know, Haiti made it to the World Cup, so he's going to be important for them. And you always got a soft spot for the small teams, right, in the World Cup. So you hope to see them make a good run. So hopefully he recovers soon. Ahmad, Ahmad, touch too big, taken away, taken off his toe at the top of the box. Free kick Wolverhampton. I hope that we score more goals though. I don't want it. I don't want it to be this nervy 2-1 for the next, what is this, 20, 35 minutes or so. Like, I hope that we score another few goals and just really put it out of sight. I hope that Shea Lacey can get his first run out. That would be wonderful. I don't want it to be this nervy 2-1 for the next, like I said, 35 minutes because I'm tired of that. Oof. If he touched by Shaw, have him bailed him out. Throw in for Wolves. That was a weird touch by Shaw. That was uncharacteristic, I even say. Down line. Larson wins a throw in off of Heaven. Down by the corner flag for Wolves. Big throw from Mascara. That's a massive throw. Jeez. Andre, the shot. Long shot. Totti. Ball still alive for Wolves in the box. Shaw flicks it clear. Wolves are forced back to their center back. He finds the feet of Totti somehow. Wolves still on the attack here. Ball into the box. Mascara. Ball still in the box. Still a problem. Still not cleared yet. What is going on? Here come Wolves again. This is what I was worried about. This is what I was worried about. This is what I was worried about. Again, nothing's happened. Mascara's gone across the other side to take a long throw. You saw he launched into the box from far out. So this guy's got a big throw. He might as well be a corner kick. Here it comes into the box from Mascara. Header run by Casemiro. Mascara again into the box, far post, too much over everyone's head. Goal kick, finally, because that was a very nervy, like 3 or 4 minutes there for Manchester United. If that ball even bounced the wrong way in the box just now, that would have been 2-2, and I would have had to have eaten my hat, as I said I would do if they scored again. Bomo, Cunha, shot deflected. Hover clears. Heaven wins the header, puts it out for a throw in for Wolves. Like, so I don't know if you got, again, I don't know if you're watching the game or not. Wolves player Lopez, he had the ball. He had all day to turn. He did a full pirouette. He bowed to the crowd. He fixed his hair and then started drilling the ball. Why was he not put under pressure? That's what is also frustrating to watch. Like, I literally saw bro pull out a comb and just like do this number real quick before he started dribbling the ball. Had way too much time. Larson puts it out for a throw of Manchester United in the Wolves half. Dallo, Cunha, Mbumo, offsides. And Mbumo is slow to get up. I think he took a kick, took a knock. And Mbumo is helped up by Totti of the Wolves. The Wolves team, Wolverhampton. I know it's not the Wolves. I know it's Wolves. Wolves on the ball. Arias giving chase, Heaven with the big tackle, out of bounds for Wolves throw. No, not okay. United throw. I was fooled too. Arias pleading his case, saying that it should be in favor of Wolves. I thought so too. I thought that was off of Heaven, but I guess not. Dollar to take the throw. Dollar looking for Cunha. Cunha getting knocked off the, not even on the ball. He just got dragged down. That was weird. Ball is loose in the midfield at the moment. A little back and forth. No one's got a foot on it yet. Here comes Bruno. Ahmad to his right. Play Ahmad. Ahmad in. Back to Bruno. Too cute. Too cute. Just put the ball in the goal. Stop with the extra passes. Come on, guys. Mount. 3-1. I told you. I told you at halftime. I said it at halftime. I said Mount is my player of the match so far. 3-1. Let's go. 3-1. I said it at halftime. I said Mount is my player of the match so far. And now he's proven me right. I know others have scored, but he's quietly had a very good game, if you ask me, Mount. I shouldn't say very good. He's quietly had a good game. Better than the rest of the team, I'd say. And it's a great ball from Bruno, too. Great ball from Bruno. Great finish from Mount. Very nice goal. Very needed goal, right? It's 3-1. Now, my next goal for the team, let's get Lacey on the pitch. Let's put more goals past past Wolves here and get Lacey on the pitch. I'd like to see that. I canceled that. What is this? I didn't sign up for this. What? Anyway, probably spam. You ever like start getting text messages and emails about something that you never signed up for? And then they're like, oh, like you owe us money. I'm like, I never signed up for any of this. Thank you very much. The announcers in the stream I'm watching are talking about Kobe Mainoo's goal against Wolves is 3-1. Could be 4-1. Do you think he gets on? I know I've asked that question a few times tonight, but if he doesn't come on, even if the score stays like this, 3-1, and it's like 15 minutes to go, and if Manu doesn't get to come on, oh my gosh, I am packing my bags tonight if I am Kobe. Mount, great pass. Great pass from Mount. Oof, Bruno tried to find Cunha, but that was cut out by Agbadu. 66th minute. Aiden Heaven appears to be struggling a little bit. Corner was taken short, didn't quite work out, and Buma recycles it. Bruno dumps into the box. That was a great save off of a header by, who's it, Cunha, looks like? Back to Lemens. Mesraoui on the ball. Razari to Heaven. Bruno, Mount. Mount. Good pass from Mount. Cunha. That's frustrating. Again, that's frustrating. Heaven, Shaw. Back to Lemens. Lemens goes long. Lopez fouled by Casemiro. Licha and Euro coming on. Mesraoui coming off. So Larson's off and Rakadari's on for Wolves. Mane is on. Hover's coming off. They can't get the board sorted out for the subs for Wolves. All right, finally. All right, Arias is off. Mane's on. Totti's coming off. And Bueno's on. That took forever to sort out for Wolves, man. This is just not. Wolves can't even get their subs sorted out. This is bad. They just need to fold the club and just start over. Ball into the box for Wolves. As you know, after all that, it was a free kick for Wolves after all that agonizing substitution fiasco that happened there. Mbumo, good control, good step. Leacha, Shaw. Shaw goes long. Johnstone with the kick, and Boom was offsides. Johnstone goes long. That's knotted down by I can't pronounce his name, but the big guy for Wolves, the big guy up front, he's like 6'6" or something crazy like that. I'm out with the throw. Little giveaway there from Casemiro brings down Andre. So there's a free kick in this dangerous spot for Wolves. Ooh. Ball in, false to Mane. Ball into the box. Flicked away by Euro, but not far enough. Agbadu, poor touch. Casemiro. Here comes the break. Here comes Manchester United. Bruno. Wolves are back though. Wolves are back fast. United on the ball. I think this game's going to peter out a little bit. It feels like it. 75th minute though. See, so this is the time. This is what I'm saying. If Mainu's not warming up at the moment, he's not warming up right now. Absolutely packing my bags. Cunha, good pass from Mount. Ahmad, Ahmad, Ahmad. Too many touches. Too many touches. Too many touches. And Cunha's like too many touches from Ahmad. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what's going on with Ahmad. I don't know what's happening. Ahmad is like that's a weird call from the referee. Anyway, I don't know what's going on with Ahmad. These touches he's taking, like he's trying. I don't know if Like, is his place in danger? The Ivory Coast, are they in the World Cup this year? I don't even know. Like he's playing like he's been told that he's gonna get dropped, and now he's overdoing it. Let me see. Yeah, yeah, Ivory Coast made it. Yeah, they're in the World Cup. But like Ahmad's playing as if he's like been told that if he doesn't score for Manchester United, he's not going to the World Cup or something. I don't know because he's taking way too many touches, doing way too much, and then just ultimately making bad decisions in the attacking half anyway. Here's a free kick from Manchester United in a very dangerous position. Bruno Fernandez standing over it. Will this be goal number 4? Let's see. That took a nick off a Wolves player. That was goal bound, but that took a nick off a Wolves player over the top. Manu, here we go. Okay, I said this. I said about Manu. I was like, if Manu isn't getting in at least the last 10, 15 minutes, I would absolutely pack my bags if I'm him. But here he is to come on, 78th minute. Casemiro coming off, Manu on. Here we go. Manu time. Bruno goes far post. Ahmad, first time shot, second time shot. Please for a handball. Ball is loose in the box, bouncing around, bouncing around. Finally knocked somewhat clear by Wolves. Bruno back into the box, far post, over everyone's head, out of bounds. Goal kick. Still pleading for a handball though. I think VAR is looking at it. Uh-oh. Referee's going to the monitor. Referee's going to the monitor. Hmm. It's so hard to tell because there's a player running in the way, but here we go. Decision. Explanation. Penalty kick, Manchester United. Let's go. Yellow card to Mascara as well. Bruno has the ball. Is he going to give it to Cunha or is he going to take it himself? Bruno's going to take it. Would you have given it to Cunha? Bruno. 4-1. 4-1. I was almost right. I was almost right. I said 4-0. I said 4-0. Quote me on that. I said 4-0. So I was close. 4-1 so far. 4-1. Let's go. Another defeat for Wolverhampton, for Wolves fans. That one lady, there's showing this one Wolves fan. She's like sitting here like this. She looks so dejected. Oh my gosh, they look absolutely just. Oh, this guy's face, man. These are all gonna be memes at some point. The faces are hilarious. Xerxes and Dorgu coming on. Looks like Mount is coming off for Xerxes. And Dallas coming off for Dorgu. 85th minute. So I mean the game's done. The game was done at 3-1, I feel like. So we're just kind of watching the rest of it here. I think now we're a little bit on Manutd watch. Good work from Leacher there. Dorgu. Dorgu bursting forward. Back to Cunha. Dorgu. Cunha takes it down with a man on his back, and I don't know why he took it down like that. That was. Then he got megged. Wow, we've had 27 shots, 10 shots on target. That's insane. And Bilmo over the top looking for Dorgu. Dorgu's not going to get there. Header won by Euro there. Falls for Manu. Manu smartly wins the foul. It's good work from Manu there. Manu restarts the play over to Shaw. Shaw back to Licha. Licha to Manu. Xerxes. Euro. Ahmad. Ahmad still with it. Dorgu. Into the box. Someone be there. Come on. Let's make it 5. Licha. Manu. Shaw. Man, they're chopping down Manu like left and right. Like maybe they are just still ticked off about what happened last time. Because man, like every time he gets the ball, they are just kicking his ankles. Dorgu to the box. I'm a nice touch for Mbumo. Euro was playing right wing for a minute there. See how much stoppage time they add. We got about 12 seconds to go until we know, until the board goes up. Bruno Xerxes. Nice ball from Bruno. I'm out on the run. I'm out outpaced. Wolves clear. Manu wins that header. Well done. 9 minutes of stoppage time. 9 more minutes. 9 agonizing minutes if you are a Wolves fan. Xerxes wins the foul. Let me see. Let me check the table here. So this puts us up to sixth. This puts us up to sixth place. 1 point. 1 point out of the Champions League. Sixth place. 1 point out of the Champions League. Now we've got Bournemouth, who are 13th, Villa, who are currently third. I mean, it's like that roller coaster again, right? You're 1 point out of Champions League, out of a Champions League place, I should say, and you start to believe again, right? You start to believe again. Then you got Bournemouth, and you're like, oh, we're sixth. Bournemouth is 13th. We should beat them. Then what? We go to Bournemouth and we lose, and then it's like it's that up and down feeling I was talking about earlier, right? I'm not saying we will. I hope we win. I hope we get into the Champions League positions. But and I hope like honestly, we the big game will be Villa. We can't look past Bournemouth. We got to beat them. But the big game will be Villa because Villa are ahead of us. If we can claw Villa back, um, then that gives us a chance. Xerxes, Cunha, back to Xerxes. Good work from Cunha there. Xerxes poor cross. Uh-oh. I was worried that Mbuma was going to give himself a second yellow because remember he's got a one yellow already. Wolves with a long range shot. Oof, Lopez fired that one just over the crossbar. Wolves trying to salvage something. Xerxes got himself in the books. That was silly. That was a dumb yellow card. Spurs fans are giving the Spurs. Why did I say Spurs? Wolves fans are giving the Olays. I don't know why it's Spurs on the brain. Wolves fans are giving the Olays, ironically, obviously for their team. I might toss it down line, looking for Xerxes. Good work from him. Euro to Shaw. Shaw to Dorgu. Dorgu goes back with it. Oh, this is a long 9 minutes. This is a long 9 minutes of stoppage time. We got about a minute and 50 left to go. Man, minute and a half left. Minute and a half left. Let's get some claps going. Throw in for Wolves. One minute left. 1 minute left in the match. Wolves on the attack here. Oh, header. A header goes wide. 30 seconds left. Half a minute. Lemons goes long with the goal kick. Ball bounces kindly for Manchester United. Wolves manager is looking absolutely bereft of ideas. That's the game. Oh man, that was a long 9 minutes. But that is 3 points for Manchester United. That puts us in sixth place. That puts us 1 point out of Champions League. I mean, like I want to get excited. I want to start to believe, but I will be cautiously optimistic. We've got Bournemouth next. We should win. We should beat them. But again, who knows? Are we turning things around again? Is another false dawn? I don't know. We'll discuss it next time. But either way, that's 3 points for Manchester United, and that's all that matters. So anyway, I'm gonna leave it there because I need to get something to eat, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.